Okay, good afternoon everybody and welcome to this total body yoga to strengthen and release. I'm Emma of Emma Live Yoga. So I'll be working with the yogic principles of Sthiram and Sukham, strength and comfort, but as always plenty of options to meet your body wherever it is today and to stay happy and to breathe deeply. So we're going to begin semi-supine position. So if you'd like to lay yourself back, and just take any support that you may require. So I'm using a block underneath my head, it's optional. You can bend the knees, walk the feet underneath the knees, roll the palms of the hands open, feel the shoulders releasing. And we'll take these few moments as always to center, beginning with a few deep breaths to bring ourselves into this present moment. So take in a big breath in and out. And doing this again, breathing in and out. So allowing the eyes to close for a few moments. As you begin to settle into body and breath, and begin to feel this true connection with the breath, allowing the inhale to expand and open the body and the spirit, and allowing the exhale to release and surrender the body and the spirit. Beginning to encourage the breath to lengthen, allowing the breath to wash up and down the spine. And feel all those opportunities to release and let go through the back and shoulders. And also feel your capacity for love, compassion, and humility as you inhale. As we bow to the deeper wisdom of yoga, this wonderful tool to help us all to feel better, to stay connected to our breath and to our true selves. So as we embark on this total body yoga to strengthen and release, you may wish to bring to mind a sankalpa, a focus for your practice. I'm bringing this to mind, planting this seed in the fertile soil of the heart space, allowing it to germinate and flourish under the direct sunlight of the yoga practice throughout this session. We'll be working with tapas, discipline, endeavor, and also stoking our inner fire, our inner Agni. But at the same time, seeing if we can experience the coolness of release, surrender, the effortlessness of letting go. So feel you can breathe in with calm and awareness. And breathing out with any busyness of mind. And taking 2 more full breaths like this to center. Then on the next inhale, gently blink the eyes open. We'll begin by mobilizing and warming as always. On the exhale, gather both knees in for Apanasana, taking the shins on the backs of the thighs. Inhale. Exhale, just begin to rock gently from side to side. So feeling the press of the lower back into the floor. Fingers and shoulders are relaxed, and just taking a moment to assess how everything feels in the spirit of acceptance and working, as always, with whatever is. From here, inhale as you come to center. Exhale, feel you can keep the knees on the belly. Release the hands down to the sides of the body. And then on the inhale, float the arms up and back. On the exhale, if you're resting on a support, just take that away. And then clasp the hands underneath the back of the head. So hands are clasped, elbows are out to the side, so just copying the back of the head. From this position, inhale, drift the knees away from you until they're level with your own hips. Exhale, feel a squeeze of the pelvic floor and endeavor to keep the lower back in contact with the floor. Squeeze the inner knees and ankles together. Inhale as you point the toes. Exhale, and initially see if you can squeeze and lift head and shoulders away from the floor. So nothing too dramatic, just easing in. And then inhale to lower back down. Exhale, squeeze Mula Bandha, squeeze and lift. Option 2 is to float the lower legs so that they're perpendicular with the floor, so that lift of the ankles. That's it. Inhaling to lower. Try and keep the elbows wide. Exhale to squeeze and lift. So maybe lifting a little bit higher if that's still comfortable. Comfortable discomfort. Inhaling to lower. We've got one more. Exhale to squeeze and lift. The extension here is to hold and breathe. If that's too much, then just come back down again. Otherwise, holding and breathing. Re-squeeze the inner knees, the ankles. Also squeeze the glutes, squeeze Mula Bandha. So really use the lower body for that strengthening as we develop core strength. And then inhale to lower back down. Exhale, release the hands from the back of the head. Inhale, reach back into the fingertips. On the exhale, as you lower the arms, bring the knees in wide towards the armpits. Ananda Balasana, half laughing baby. Inhale, float the soles of the feet up. Exhale, you can take the back of the thighs, shins, ankles, outside of the feet or the toes. Inhale. Exhale, either stay static or begin to rock from side to side as you begin to mobilize the hips. Check in with your breath. Nice steady breathing as you lengthen the tailbone towards the heels. Then inhale as you come to center. Exhale, bring the left foot to the floor. Inhale, take the left arm out to the side with the palm open and exhale. So here, feel a squeeze of the pelvic floor. You may have rocked over to the right slightly. So try and squeeze and bring yourself back to center. So you're equally on the lower back and the sacrum. Nice steady breathing here in half, laughing baby. We're staying with the hips. Now another option here on the inhale is to bring the left hand to the outside of the right leg, maybe shin, ankle, or maybe the foot. So you kind of take that left arm across the body, take hold of the foot, shin or ankle. From here on the inhale, thread the right hand through, so into that gap. And on the exhale, just bring the hand either to rest on top of the left thigh, maybe just the fingertips, or you might be able to take hold of the back of the left thigh. So either or is fine. Inhale. On the exhale, begin to push out through the heel of the right foot as you begin to work into the hamstring. So wherever you can feel an edge, just breathe there. So here we're seeing if we can surrender the hamstring at the same time as using our core and using our bandhas to stabilize. Extension on the exhale as you pull on the outside of the right foot is to lift the head into the gap between the left arm and the right leg. Squeeze in and breathe in. It might be easier now to take hold of the inside of the left thigh or not. Keep breathing there. This is a strong move. If this is too much, then just stay grounded. And then inhale, unthread, so coming back through the gap, release the right arm. Exhale. Inhale, gather the left knee back into half laughing baby. And exhale, bring the right foot to the floor. You may feel a little fatigue there through that right hip flexor. Know that's normal. On the inhale, take the right arm out to the side, palm open. Exhale and relax the shoulders. Find a nice, calm breath, particularly as you run into any resistance, stiffness, and tension. This is our challenge in yoga, to try and stay relaxed during the challenge. So no, you can stay here. This is option 1. This is half laughing baby to the left side. Fine to stay here. Option 2, same as before, is to reach the right hand across and take hold of wherever the left hand was, maybe the leg, maybe the outside of the foot. From here, inhale, thread the left hand into the gap between the left leg and the right arm. Exhale, either bring the hand to rest at the top of the right thigh or maybe take hold of the inner thigh, wherever you can get to. Again, re-establish the breath and keep a squeeze on Mula Bandha. So beginning to use your Ujjayi breath. So kind of tying yourself in a knot and practicing being easy with that. Final option on the exhale, squeeze Mula Bandha and maybe lift the head into the gap between the left leg and the right arm. Maybe re-establish a grip of the right inner thigh, kind of coaxing yourself forward. No, it's fine for your right knee to drift out to the side slightly, but try and keep the sole of the foot on the floor. Breathing. And then exhale to release back down, unravel. From here, inhale, bring both knees into the belly. And on the exhale, float the ankles up towards the ceiling or sky for Viparita Karani. Any issues with this, please use some support or bend the knees, stay in Apanasana, or bring the hands underneath the sacrum. So whatever's best. Open the palms, take an inhale. Exhale, just begin to circle the ankles, ideally in the same direction a few times. So working with Ida and Pingala channels, or left and right hemispheres of the brain. It might be surprisingly challenging to keep this at the same pace and in the same direction. Just observe if that's happening. And then pause, inhale, change direction. So trying to create sama, balance between pace and also direction. Shoulders and jawline are still happy and relaxed. That's it, looking good. Last circle. And then from here, inhale. Exhale again, gather the knees back into the belly. From here, you can take hold of the back of the thighs, rock up and down the spine to seated, or you can roll to one side and come through that way. So whichever is best. Coming through. And we're coming to Sukhasana, easy cross-leg position, or you can stretch the legs out. So whatever feels best. You may also want to sit on some support for your back. Also no problem. So just have a little wriggle. Make sure that you're equally placed on the sitting bones. From here, bring the hands back to Anjali Mudra and reconnect with the breath in Anahata Chakra. Nice expansive breathing. After those challenges through the lower body, you should feel a little bit more freer in the lower body, hopefully. We're working with the chakras of stability and security. Good to work with those if we feel unstable or insecure at all. So connecting with your intention. We're continuing this journey into strengthening different areas, but also releasing different areas. So then from here, inhale, float the arms out at shoulder height. Lengthen, exhale, relax the shoulders. Now keeping hold of your core stability, inhale, reach to the right side, reaching through the fingertips. That's it, squeeze Mula Bandha, exhale into center. Opposite side, inhale, reach through the left fingertips. That's it, keep those sitting bones grounded. Exhaling back to center. We've got one more to each side. Inhale, reach. Might be able to get a bit further. That's it. Exhale, coming to center. Last one. Inhale, reach. Lovely. And exhale as you come back to center. From here, inhale, rotate the palms so they're open. Exhale, float the palms up at the same time, draw the shoulders down. So just feel the shoulders retract down, but protract out through the fingertips. Just pause here and breathe. Nice, even breaths. Try and relax through the inner thighs and relax around the knees. So that's where the release is happening, but the strengthening is happening all up here in the shoulders. From here on the inhale, bring the right fingertips down. Exhale and just sway to that right side. So releasing that left side of the body. Inhale back to center. That's option 1. Option 2, spider walk the fingers out. Exhale a bit further and sway again. So you might bring the palm of the hand down. And then inhale, lift to center, both arms come up. Exhale, fingertips down of the left hand. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, little sway, test the waters. That's it. Inhale, back to center. Spider walk out if you wish, option 2. Exhale, sway, palm might come down this time. Inhale, lift all the way to center. Exhale and circle the hands down. And just have a shake out. That's it. And from here, we're coming through to an all fours position. So if you need to set up your blanket, please do. Make sure that's in place if you need it. We come through to all fours. So do a little bit of core stability here, continuing our strength work with flexibility and release. So fingers and thumbs are spread. Draw the shoulders back away from the ears. Inhale, stretch the right leg back, tuck the toes under. Exhale, begin a little gentle rock back into the calf tissue. Now as you find a nice even breath, allow your drishti to gaze between the thumbs. Try and drop the right outer hip down so the hips stay nicely level. That's it. From here, option 2, inhale, rock your weight forward. Exhale and lift that right heel up from the inner thigh. So the toes still point down, not out to the side. Try and straighten out the knee joint, but don't lock the knee. So nice squeeze off the glutes. Breathing here. Then from here, next option on the inhale is to bring those tucked toes back down. And on the exhale, gather the right knee into the belly, point the toes as you round the back. Again, keep gazing between the hands. Try and rock your weight forward into your shoulders and then push between the shoulder blades. Push out the shoulders as you breathe and reach. If this is too much, then just bring the big toe down. Squeezing, squeezing, squeezing through the core. And then exhale, bring both knees down. Inhale, scoop the arms up and back as we come to high kneeling. That's it. Exhale and then circle down, back out to the sides through flamenco wrist, just releasing the wrists after the weight bearing. Have a little shake out there through the wrists. Then inhale as you slide the hands forward again, fingers spread. Exhale, stretch the left leg back, tuck the toes under, begin to rock back into the left calf muscle. So again, find a nice equanimity or breath. Everything nice and steady. So that's option 1, fine to stay with that. Option 2, rock your weight forward on the inhale. Exhale, squeeze from the inner thigh, lifting the left leg up. Pushing out through the heel, try and draw the toes back towards the shin. Push out the shoulder girdle, reach out the kneecap. Stabilize and squeeze and breathe. Next option here if you wish. On the inhale, bring those toes down. Exhale, squeeze and lift the right knee into the belly. Push out of the floor, point the toes of the right foot. Keep pushing out the shoulder girdle. Nice strong arms. Keep breathing. One more breath. Then inhale, bring the right knee down. Exhale, bring the left knee down. Then tuck the toes under, both sets of toes. Inhale. On the exhale, begin to walk the hands back until you can push back. Come into Uttanasana. So you bring the feet to the floor. From here, inhale, take the feet shoulder distance apart. Exhale, gently bend the knees. Inhale, let go of the head, take hold of the wrists or the forearms. Exhale, and just begin to sway from side to side. So seeing where you can release through the side body. And then come to center, inhale, straighten the legs a moment. And then exhale to rebend. Go back to the sway. So just working gently into the hamstrings. Do this once more. Inhale to the center. Exhale, straighten the legs. This time, inhale, bring either the fingertips down or the palms of the hands down as you lift the chest. Exhale, walk the hands forward. We're coming into downward dog. Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Inhale and push and lift the sitting bones up and back. Exhale, let the head dangle. So gazing between the heels. or between the knees. Find a nice long breath, the length of the spine, as we simultaneously build strength and also release through the back of the body. From here, bend the knees, look forward up onto the toes. Inhale, just walk the legs forward. Exhale and fold. Inhale, bring the hands to the shins, straighten the legs, lift the heart forward, lengthening the spine, that's it. Exhale to fold again to Uttanasana. From here, inhale, reach the arms all the way up and back, coming to Hasta Tadasana. Look up if that's okay on the neck. And then exhale as you come to Anjali Tadasana, pausing at the top of the mat. That's it, finding your breath. Finding your stability through the soles of the feet. Lifting through the crown of the head. And just feeling all that prana from the practice moving around your system so far. So then from here, release the hands to the sides of the body in Samastitihi. From here, on the inhale, scoop the arms forward and up. Maybe look up if that's okay. Exhale, swan dive down. So take the arms down and out to the sides as you bend forward. Bring the hands to the floor. Find to bend the knees. Inhale, lift the heart forward. Exhale, step the right leg back, then the left leg back, and pause here in a pike plank pose. So feet come together. Rather than sinking through the back, you squeeze your glutes, squeeze your inner legs together, and then round your back. So you're not in a straight line, you just pike position. Press into the hands and then rock the weight forward into your shoulders and breathe. If this is too much, I want you to bring your knees down. This is pretty strong as well, so it's fine to bring your knees down, no problem. Keep breathing. This is a really safe version of plank for your lower back, so there's no vulnerability there. Good, then exhale, bring the knees down, keep the toe tuck, squeeze the elbows in, and exhale, lower all the way to the floor. That's great. Then from here, untuck the toes, slide the hands underneath the shoulders. As you pull back on the hands, lift the chest forward, inhale, lift to a baby cobra. Make sure that you're not squeezing the glutes, so use the lower back muscles instead. Exhale to lower. So you might stay at that level, no problem. Inhale, pull the hands back, tiny lift, maybe a higher lift if that's okay on your back. Maybe a scooch forward into upward dog if that's also okay on your back, pushing out of the shoulders. And then exhale, bring the knees down, tuck the toes under. Exhale, push back into downward dog and even out the breath. Well done, everybody. If you need an extra rest, no, you can always come to child pose. Just bring the knees down, stay happy. Remember, yoga's not a competition. There's no target. So try to let go of all that stuff and just stay happy in your practice. Respect your body for whatever it can do in this moment, because it's always doing its best, both on and off the mat. Now from here, inhale, bring the left heel down. We're setting up for Virabhadrasana A, Warrior One position. On the exhale, step forward with the right leg or take the back of the knee and help that leg forward. Now as you arrive, come up onto the fingertips. You might need to lift and just shift your rib cage and your belly over to the right so that they rest nicely on the right thigh. That's it. Then draw the shoulders back, lift across the sternum. Also feel a lift of the back inner thigh. From here, inhale, push out of the front heel and lift slowly all the way up, but press the backs of the hands back. Keep a nice level gaze. Feel the strength of your lower body here. That's great. From here, option 2 is to press the palms into Anjali Mudra. That's it. Press firmly. Draw those shoulders down. That's it. Elbows down. Final option on the inhale is to float the palms up. You can keep them together or you can float them apart, whatever feels best in your shoulders. Keep a nice steady drishti in the eyebrow space. From here, inhale, bring the hands back to Anjali. And on the exhale, step the foot a bit further back and open the arms out to Warrior Two position, Virabhadrasana B. Usual alignment points, gazing down the fingertips of the front hand. Nice strong legs. Try and commit to that bend of the front leg. Feel that quad working to support you. Then inhale, straighten the front leg. That should feel like a bit of a relief. Exhale. Inhale, begin to lean and extend like we practiced earlier from seated. When you can lean no more on the exhale, bring your right hand down, maybe to the thigh, shin, ankle. Inhale, begin to float the left arm up into space or keep it resting on the hip, whatever feels best. Emerging into Utthita Trikonasana, extended triangle. Now you can always use a brick or block if that feels more comfortable for your body. You bring it to the outside of your right foot. So here, trying to experience length and release through the side body. Inhale, swoosh the left arm down and up, and then send those fingertips forward. Keep pushing weight into the back heel as you lift the back inner thigh. Try and relax the shoulders. Then exhale, lower that left arm down, look down. Bring both hands down either side of the right foot, pivot on the back foot so you come into a high Anjaneyasana. On the exhale, step back into a plank position, that nice plank position, knees down or otherwise. Exhale, lower the body all the way back down to the floor or just arrive down there, release the toes. Inhale, press up into back bend of choice, keep the glutes relaxed. I'm coming to baby cobra, feel free to go higher. Exhale to lower back down. Inhale to lift again to back bend of choice, whichever works for you. Then exhale, either knees off the floor or coming to the floor, transition back into downward dog. Even out the breath. You should be starting to feel your Agni, your inner fire building, feeling the discipline of the practice. But as always, bring the knees down. That's always an option when you need to. We're going to change sides from here. So on the inhale, bring the right heel down, Charlie Chaplin style. Exhale, look forward, step through with the left leg or help the left leg through. As it arrives, draw the left hip back. Square those hips and do maybe a manual shift of the left rib cage and the belly to the left side so they rest nicely on the thigh. Find your breath. Draw the shoulders back. Press weight equally into the back heel and then inhale, press through the front heel to lift up with nice strong legs. Great, that's lovely. Exhale, press the backs of the hands back. Gaze straight forward into Ajna Chakra. Feel your lower body strength. Feel how empowering that is. Keep pressing that front heel. That takes you out of the quad a little bit. Inhale, maybe bring the palms together. Shoulders are relaxing, heart space is lifting. Virabhadrasana A. Next option, if you wish, inhale, lift the prayer hands up or float them apart. Exhale. Nice strong legs. Doing really well. From here we come to Virabhadrasana B. Inhale, bring the prayer hands down to the heart space. Exhale, step back a smidgen with the back foot. Take the arms out to Warrior Two. Nice steady breathing. Good, relax the shoulders as you lift the heart space. Nice strong legs. Acknowledge the discomfort in the legs. It's okay, we have to experience some discomfort in our practice. It can't all be rosy if we're going to get stronger. From here, inhale, begin to straighten that front leg. That should feel nice. Exhale, Utthita Trikonasana. Inhale, begin your Utthita lean forward, your extension. Lean, lean, lean until you can lean no more. Then exhale, bring the hands to wherever it alights organically. Shin, ankle, wherever, thighs, okay. Inhale, maybe float the right arm up into space. Everything is nicely relaxed. Exhale. Really compress those shoulders back into an imaginary wall. Steady breathing into the side body. And inhale, swoosh the right arm back and down, and then send the fingertips forward into an extended version of the triangle. Keep pressing into the back heel. Keep breathing. Stay with the sensations. Don't run away from sensation. Embrace all with the breath. Then exhale as you lower the right arm, look down to the left foot. Bring the hands down, pivot on the back foot, coming to a high Anjaneyasana. From here, lift the pelvic floor. Inhale, step back into your pike plank position, knees down or otherwise. Exhale, shimmy forward slightly and then lower to the floor through Chaturanga. Release the toes, inhale, lift to baby cobra, Bhujangasana, higher or upward dog, Urdhva, whichever feels best. Then exhale, transition back into downward dog and relax. Well done, everybody. Let go of the head, bring the knees down. Remember, if your breath has become erratic, that's your cue to bring your knees down. Otherwise, feel the cooling effects of the inversion. Then lift up onto the toes. Inhale, look forward between the hands. Exhale again, step through or do a little jog through, walk through. Exhale to fold, let go of the crown of the head. Inhale, swoosh the arms all the way up. And exhaling to Samastitihi, hands by the sides. Well done, everybody. Pausing here. So Samastitihi means steady balance and also to be ready. So cultivating a steady balance between the left and right feet. Maybe observing the mind's reactive state during that, just observing what came up and allowing it all to depart with each exhale. And then begin to connect with your inner true strength, which is not connected to your bodily strength. Your body is just the vehicle. So find the capacity for strength in the heart space, bringing the hands to Anjali Mudra. Know that we harness the body and the breath in order to realize that we're not the body. So this is the ultimate paradox in yoga. We can instead, as we close our eyes, if you're feeling steady, close the eyes. Connect with the inner strength which is not connected to the corporeal or the physical. The inner peace, the inner reservoir of quiet which is always there. So as you connect with this inner stillness, remember yoga is a work in, not a work out. So we always have this inner connection. From here, inhale, gently blink the eyes open. Exhale and release the hands and just do a little shake out the wrists, a little shake out of the ankles. So we're going to try some balancing and wobbling and teetering. Always good fun. It's always best never to take it seriously. So let's see, we'll come towards the front of the mat. I'm going to face you so you can see what's going on. So bring the hands to rest on the hips. We're going to try a posture called Utthita Hasta Padakuntasana, bit of a mouthful. So try to grip the mat with your right toes. I'll mirror you if you're facing me. And then just come up onto the tip of the the left big toe. Pause there, keep a nice internal lift. Lift the chest. The tip with balancing is not to look at your feet because it kind of destroys everything. So then inhale, this is option 1, grounded version. Exhale is to gather that left knee in towards you. Maybe take hold of the shin, that might help. That's it, and keep lifting towards the sky. Now it's okay to wobble around in theta, in fact harness movement, sometimes that helps your mind to be less intense about everything. I know that this is fine, so you can stay here, nice strong hand into the waist. It might be You can keep the lift and maybe reach down and take hold of the big toe with the first 2 fingers of the left hand. That's the next stage. It might be you fell out and you need to start again. All good, all great. Wherever you are, keep breathing, keep a steady gaze. It might be from there you can begin to push out through your heel, kind of straightening the leg. If this is a big ask on your hamstring or your lower back, then avoid it. Just stay with a nice bent knee. If you got towards a straight leg, then drop that left outer hip down, then lift up through the bandhas. Still breathing, wherever you are. Now from here, we introduce Pavarita, a twist. So on the inhale, you reach across with the right hand to the outside of the shin, thigh, or foot, wherever you can get to. And on the exhale, you begin to twist over to your left side, taking the left hand back. So just see how you get on with that. No, it's okay to start again. Sometimes we do a lot of starting over in life. That's okay, new beginnings. So kind of practice that each time we fall out of a posture and go back in again. So you can do this with the bent knee, no problem. You can bring the hands to the hip, no problem. So wherever you are from here, inhale, rotate to look forward and maybe point the toes of that front leg, lift the arms up. Keep lifting and squeezing. And then exhale to lower back down. Well done. Just have a shake out. This is one of my least favorite postures. It's really strong, especially that leg lift, but it doesn't stop me doing it. It doesn't stop me embracing the difficulty every day. So I mentioned humility at the start. We all need to bow in the face of the wisdom of yoga. You know, we can't be perfect. That's okay. So opposite side, hands to the waist, take a breath. So from here, grip the toes of the left foot this time, coming onto the right big toe. Keep lifting, lifting away from the earth as you grip the mat. Inhale. Exhale, either stay here or begin to drift that right knee up towards you. That's it. Nice steady breathing. Squeeze of the bandhas, Mula Bandha, Uddiyana, belly joint in and up. Might be from here, you can take the shin and that might be as far as you go. Sometimes I do this and it feels better. Sometimes less is more. If you're okay to hold the knee up, it might be you reach down the inside of the leg, take hold of the right toes. Try and relax the shoulders, lift across the sternum. From here again, you might stay there or you might begin to straighten the legs. Be aware of any sensations, especially any little warning signs your body may be giving you, and then back off from the posture as you need to. Steady breathing wherever you are. If you've got straight leg, try and hinge the elbow out to the side. Eventually you try a little forward bend. From here, Pavarita, Utthita Hasta Parakuntasana, reach across with the left hand to the outside of the leg, wherever that might be. So you might do it in modified fashion. And that's okay. If you're doing it straight leg, you try to take hold of the heel or foot and then begin to open out from there as you take the right arm back. Pushing out of the floor. Try to straighten the supporting leg, but without locking the knee. Good. If you need to try that and go back in, no problem. Just keep breathing. Final stage, C variation. Inhale, rotate back to center. Maybe lift the knee or lift the leg. Keep breathing. And exhale and lower. Have a shake out. That's it. And then come back to center. Congratulate yourself on getting through a tricky sequence of balancing postures and keeping your breath. So just allow the heart rate to come down a few notches. Allow your mind's reactions, if you had any there, to come down a few notches. And then just bow the head. You can let go of the back of the neck, maybe close the eyes. Again, we work to strengthen, but we also work to develop release and surrender. Reconnect with your intention here at this moment of quiet reflection. And know that this is the important part, the breath and the intention. Then from here, inhale, lift the prayer hands all the way up. I'm going to do a swan dive down from here, coming down the mountain. Exhale, take the arms out to the side, lead with the heart as you bend forward. Remember, you can bend your knees, no problem. Bringing the hands to the floor. Let go of the head. Inhale, walk the hands forward. Exhale as you push back into downward dog. Just take a nice long lazy breath here. Lengthening the backs of the legs. Then inhale, bring the knees down. Exhale, walk the hands back until you can sit back on the heels in Virasana. If that doesn't feel right, I'd like you to come to a high kneeling position, or even come to your sitting bones if kneeling just doesn't agree with you. You could also use a brick between your sitting bones and your heels if that makes life easier. So whatever's best. This is a classical posture meant to build a calm mind, a peaceful state. Doesn't always feel that way in the body, but that's the philosophy. So we just pause here, palms open. Feel the shoulders releasing and feel the sinking of the sitting bones towards the heels if you're in full Virasana. If not, just take a few moments to feel steady wherever you are. And from here, we'll come through to seated position. So you might do this however is best for your body. If you want to try a fancy maneuver, you just lift up, cross the ankles, and then just begin to sit back so you can pop the legs forward and arrive in seated in Dandasana. We're not staying in Dandasana though. So from here, just sit nice and tall. Inhale, bend in the left leg, bringing the sole of the foot to the floor. Anywhere on the axis is fine. I'm just shifting my blanket out of the way so I can do that. Active toes of the right foot. Then from here, take the right hand back behind you, Marichasana A. On the inhale, float the left arm up. And on the exhale, begin to bend forward down the inside of the left knee, reaching forward as if you're going to shake hands with somebody who was really, really weak at the front of the mat. So shaking hands, a nice shoulder extension as you push out the right fingertips. Now, it might be you stay there, you could even take hold of the leg to help with that extension, maybe even the foot. Or you can try and wrap the arm around the shin. You try and keep it nice and low, working towards a bind. It might be you can then take hold of the hands or fingertips or wherever you can get to with the right hand. It might be you're working towards that. Normally I would help you with this, but my tip would be to drop your left shoulder, use that arm to take you forward, so use that to give you a little pivot, and sometimes that helps you to get your bind. Then turn your gaze to look towards the right big toe, but try not to lift the head up too much. And begin to fold forward, squeezing the bandha, pushing the left arm into the shin to propel yourself forward. Eventually this is a forward bend. Now it's fine to be up here somewhere. It's fine to even just take hold of the shin and sit tall. So any of those options, no worries. From here, inhale to lift up. If you've got the bind, keep the bind. Exhale and then release. From here, stretch out the left leg. And then bend in the right. Make sure you're sitting tall, as always, out of the sitting bones. Take the left fingertips back this time. Inhale, float the right arm up. Exhale, coming down the inside of the right leg. Again, just bring some movement to the shoulder there, getting that nice extension. If you know that you're kind of in a journey towards that bind, you're not quite there, you might again take hold of the leg or the foot or wherever you can get to. You might come into a partial bind, so wrapping the right arm around. Again, a tip is to keep it very low on the shin, makes it a bit easier. My journey with binds took quite a few years. I spent a lot of time kind of here where the hands didn't meet. So again, that's a normal stage to be at, that's okay. If you can take hold, you might take hold of the fingers. The wrapper is always the grabber. So the arm that wraps around is what grabs, takes hold of wrist or hand. Inhale, lift up, press the arm into the shin. Exhale, and then just begin to fold or just let go of the head. If you're quite high up, then gaze towards the left big toe. Steady breath. And inhale as you lift back up. And exhale to release. Well done. Stretching out the legs. Again, just find the sitting bones. We're coming to Paschimottanasana. So you may notice a little Ashtanga tinge to this class today, but nothing too dramatic. So from here, on the inhale, just begin to lift the chest forward. You can always bring the fingertips down. Exhale, try and soften around the knees. Also try and soften the mind. The mind can be quite reactive in this posture, I've found. You run into your hamstrings. You also run into your own ego, the need to kind of be somewhere. So try to resist that as well. It might be you can take the shins, the ankles. You might even be able to take the big toes, but you want your back to be really long. So wherever you are, notice the shape of my back. I'm having to work to keep my back long, resisting the need to fold and curve over. The nice steady gaze, keep a squeeze of Mula Bandha. Try a little rock from side to side. So you can feel your mind getting a bit intense with this. Then just rock, bring some movement to it. Feel how that nice lateral extension, a little bit of rounding, actually helps with the posture. And then inhale, lift again through the chest to center. And then exhale and just soften. And you might find you've gone a little bit deeper there. That's it. So tucking the chin in. Steady breathing. Seeing where you can release. That's what we're working with today. Can you allow your body to be enough? Can you allow wherever you are now in this moment to be enough, as opposed to pushing into the future? That's it. From here, inhale to lift back to center, release, and exhale. So scooching down the mat, going to come down to semi-supine position. So we're going to do a little bridge pose here just to open out the hip flexors. Feel that strength work. So make sure the feet are parallel. The tendency is for the toes to be pointing out to the side. So I always have to look at my heels to make sure that the sides of my feet are parallel with the sides of the mat. This is important for the safety of your sacrum and your lower back. Again, I can't jump in and check that for you. So just make sure that that's the case. Then have the palms of the hands downward facing, shoulders are releasing. So the misconception here is that you really squeeze your glutes, when you really push into your heels. It's the heels that do the work here. So inhale, tilt the pelvis towards you. Exhale, push into the heels and feel how that begins to carry you up into your bridge pose. So lifting the lower back, maybe the mid back, possibly the upper back. Imagine you're holding a brick between your inner knees so your knees stay parallel. So again, don't splay the knees out, don't splay the toes out. Keep breathing. If you need to come straight down, that's okay. Come straight down, have a timeout. Extension is to continue to lift, maybe roll the shoulders towards each other, maybe clasp the hands underneath the back. Chin is a slight lift so you can still breathe. Feel the hamstrings working and try to soften the glutes as much as you can, pressing through the heels. So this is a preparation for Dhanurasana, the wheel posture, which finishes the primary season. This is a really good prep for that. And then exhale, if you're taking the clasp, unclasp, roll the arms out, and just begin to lower the back carefully down. As you feel the sacrum touch down, feel the relief of that, and just feel you can take some nice, easy breaths. In Ashtanga, you do 3 different lift-ups, like that. We're just doing a little taste of a stronger practice. It's important to keep the comfort, else you'd never do it again. You want to stay in the middle part. So then from here, inhale, exhale, gather the knees back into the belly. This should feel nice after the back bend. And just have a little rock there from side to side. Easing out and easing down. So then from here again, you can roll to one side or roll up the spine to come through to seated. We come back to Sukhasana. Cross-leg position, all legs outstretched. So we're coming to Baddha Padmasana. So this posture is part of this finishing sequence. So you wrap your arms around your back. That's it. So fingers are pointing out to the sides. Eventually, if you're in a lotus position, you'd actually take hold of your toes with your fingers, but that can take some doing, many years of practice. So keep it nice and easy. From here, inhale, lift the chest, squeeze the pelvic floor, and on the exhale, just begin to fold forward to your own measure. So lifting the chest, breathe in. And you might have reached your limit, that's okay. Just drop your gaze down, relax your neck. So wherever you get to, you then release your head. You might keep going. No, you can round your back, that's okay. You might even bring your forehead to the floor. So wherever you are, keep a nice soft gaze, drop the chin, and focus on the internal mechanisms of the breath. So keep a big squeeze of Mula Bandha, but on the exhale, feel that surrendering of the back muscles. Your drishti is off the tip of the nose and beyond, so it's really tempting to close your eyes in this posture. But we can't close our eyes to the challenges off the mat, so we keep a steady but relaxed gaze. That's great, a few more breaths. And inhale, squeeze the pelvic floor to lift slowly all the way back up. Exhale. That's great, everyone. As you arrive, just release the arms, bring the hands to Padmasana. So stretch out the arms, a nice straight line of energy, so no bending of the elbow. And bring the first finger to rest on the tip of the thumb. Try to keep the other fingers straight. So straight lines of energy. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, and drop the chin to the chest. And again, keep that drishti on the tip of the nose. This is called the Pinocchio drishti, as you kind of look beyond the tip of the nose. Make your heart space, your chest a big vessel for breath. And see all the places you can actually relax in this posture, the neck, the shoulders, the inner thighs. This is Padmasana. Again, traditionally done from lotus, but doesn't have to be. As rare actually that I do it from lotus after 20 years of practice. So keep your knees happy is what I would say. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale, release the mudra, ripple out the fingers. Now from here, bring the hands down either side, just by the hips, underneath the shoulders. This posture is called Utpluktihi, which means to lift up. So you squeeze the pelvic floor and you try and engage your pelvic floor, or maybe even be able to lift away from the floor, which is a big ask. You can try. So you inhale, exhale, push into the roots of the hands and maybe lift away from the floor, or just engage. As you do this, you look forward again towards the tip of the nose. Keep breathing. If you can lift easily, you might try tucking your knees into the armpits and maybe even tinker with lifting up the ankles. Again, that's a big ask. So wherever you need to be, but one more breath, keep pushing, lifting, squeezing, and exhale, come back down. Well done. If you didn't lift up, don't worry. It took me about 7 years to lift away from the floor. It's all good, don't worry. So from here, press the backs of the hands into the lap, just to release the wrist. If that felt quite strong on the wrist, give the fingers and thumbs a wiggle. So that's the final 3 postures in finishing sequence. We've kind of done a little Ashtanga practice there, kind of snuck that in and just circle out the wrist. So well done. Coming all the way down for a much deserved Shavasana, which is how the sequence completes and finishes. Now as you come down, if you think, oh, I really want to bring my knees in, then do that. Go with whatever feels good. So if you feel you need to do anything before you come to Shavasana, then do what you need to do. Your body is your best teacher. And once you've done any wriggling around, you can then slide out into Shavasana. If this really bothers your back, you can always keep the soles of the feet on the floor, no problem. So wherever you need to be, allow the eyes to close. If you're in Shavasana, just allow the ankles to flop to the sides, palms open, in a gesture of receiving and surrender. As we draw to the close of this session, building strength and releasing. So, allowing the body and mind to drift towards stillness, to absorb the prana. So this is a quote from an Ashtanga yogi called Dina Kingsburg, who was one of Pattabhi Jois's students. What starts as a predominantly physical practice becomes delicate and subtle. And though the movement continues, there is an internal stillness as the poses unfold. Mental dialogue that once held center stage falls away as the body and breath surrender to the familiar comfort of repetition. Where once great effort was required to tame an awkward body and persistent mind, time inspires a steady grace. So resting here for a short time. So now becoming aware of the breath. And beginning to deepen the breath as you rise towards the surface. And sending the breath down into fingers and toes. And bringing some gentle movements here. And now moving the head slowly from side to side, easing out the back of the neck. When you're ready to, on the next inhale, reaching the arms up and back for a full body stretch. Big exhale to let go. And drawing the knees into the belly, having a rock from side to side until you can roll over to your right side. And dropping the bones into the floor, pausing here for a moment to see how you feel, your body and mind, hopefully a little more peaceful. And bringing the top hand to the floor beside the base, stretching out the top leg and coming through to comfortable seated. So sitting tall, lengthening the spine, lifting the heart space. And bringing the hands to Anjali Mudra as we give thanks for our health and our practice. Inhale to lift the prayer hands up. Exhale to center. Namaste. So well done on getting through the challenges of the practice. I hope you're feeling good and I hope to see you soon.